Hey y'all, welcome back. Retire with Less series. And today I'm going to go over what Vanguard has pointed out as to how much people have in their retirement account balances by age. Now, what I want you to do is tell me, do you fit into this? Are you above the median, below the median, above the average, below the average? Where do you fall? And for those of you new here, this Retire with Less series is trying to show people an alternative to working until you drop, basically, right? Because if we listen to the experts, they all typically say you need millions of dollars to retire. Well, I don't understand that because you can't paint everybody into the same box, right? Everybody is different, right? Look at your expenses right now, okay? Just lop off, let's just say you have a mortgage, lop that off, lop off any, extra stuff that you do, lop off your commute time and expenses, whittle down your expenses to the necessary things, right? And then figure out how much you need to retire, right? It's very important that you look at your expenses in a realistic way and not, Fidelity said that you're going to need $600,000 alone just for healthcare. Now, that's just ridiculous. It's really ridiculous because what they're basically, to me, what the professional experts are trying to do is to try to keep you contributing to accounts that are managed by them because they get a cut. So the system needs you to continue working. So what I'm doing with this Retire with Less series is essentially showing you that there is opportunities for people with lower account balances that are fearful from all these experts telling you you need millions of dollars to retire. Otherwise, just go ahead and keep on working, keep on contributing to your accounts. They'll keep contributing, they'll keep receiving their 1% fee or whatever that may be. So that's what the point of this is. Now, this does use options. It uses, an alternative, right, than just savings or just, living off dividends. When you are going to live on a smaller nest egg, you need to be a little bit more creative. Now, you could be options that might not be enough. You might want to have a little side gig. Maybe you have a side business. Maybe you're going to do a little bit of Uber type stuff. Maybe maybe you were doing some tech job or something and you really liked working with your hands. Maybe you'll work at Home Depot part-time. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like for you, right? So let's just get into it. Here and on the screen is the retirement savings account balances by age. Now this kind of gets me because this is just retirement savings account. Does this include everything? Or does this just include, the things like 401ks, employer sponsored profit sharing, that type of thing? I don't know. It wasn't clear on this article, but you'll see. Let's take my age for instance, 45 to 54. Median means half have more, half have less, and median is $61,500 from age 45 to 54. Average is 179. Now, interestingly, that the older you get, it doesn't jump up that much. You would think it would, because usually, when you hit your 50s, you get your house paid off and your savings rate balloons, right? So it's kind of interesting that this doesn't accelerate extremely fast. Although, it's $100,000 difference. That's not a big difference. It really isn't. It's just strange to me. So where do you fall in here? One thing though, I will give it to this writer of this Vanguard um, article, because he says down here, and instead Gandhi, yes, Gandhi is writing for Vanguard. He goes, Gandhi encourages investors to focus on factors they can control, such as expenses, investment choices, and their savings rate. That is perfect. Look at your expenses. That's the biggest thing you can control. Control those, and you'll have a much better shot at retiring early. So let's go ahead and get into the Retire with Less series. We're going to do a quick overview of what happened in July. If you remember, I sold some at the money covered calls because we were assigned some 400 shares of QQQ. Those ended up being called away, right, at the $300 share. So we had to sell those shares at $300, all 400 of them. So that $120,000 went into cash. What else happened here? We had 5 puts at a 13 strike on SOXL that expired worthless. So we were able to keep that. Nothing had to happen there. And that's basically it. So July was a success. Now let's take a look at August and see how that went. Now here we are in August. Now we still hold 1,000 shares of SOXL. Okay. We do have a cost basis of $25. We hold 0 shares of the NASDAQ. Okay. And I'll go over these SOXLs here in a second. So what did we do? Well, we took the QQQ and we sold puts at the price that they were called away at. So we went to the 300 strike on the Qs out to September 16th. And we sold 4 contracts. I put on this on here, put call, 4 put contracts, and we got $384 for each of those contracts. So that means on September 16th, if QQQ is $300, we would buy 400 shares for $300 a piece. So cash needed to secure that is $120,000. Next up, we did SOXL. Reason why is because we have this cost basis that's high. So I kind of wanted to try to get assigned some more shares to try to bring that cost basis down. So what we did a 16 strike. And when I did this, SOXL was at 17. So I was doing pretty much at the money strike put there. And we did 10 put contracts at the 16 strike. We got $140 for each contract. So on September 16th, if SOXL is $16, we would need to buy 100 shares because each contract represents 100 shares. So 100 times 10. I'm sorry, we need to buy 1,000 shares. And that would cost us $16,000. And that would lower our average cost basis of the SOXL shares considerably. Now the next SOXL here is a covered call. And what I did was I went out to September 16th and sold the $25 covered call on SOXL because that is our cost basis. And we sold 10 of those contracts because we do own 1,000 shares and it's a call. And we got $17 a piece for that. And then RYLD, we got a dividend of 20.7 cents. So in total, income for the month is $3,520, $1,536 from QQQQ put options, $1,400 from SOXL put options, $170 from SOXL covered call options, and then $414 from RYLD. Grand total $3,520. That's, this on this portion of the portfolio, we have a need of $3,000 per month. So $36,000 a year. I've increased that. It started out at $2,500, went to $2,600, and I've recently sent it up to $3,000 to account for some inflation and to try to put some pressure on this because we've been going on, I don't even know how long. I think I said 2 years of doing this. And we've just been cranking out cash each and every month. And even in this, since January, this market has been really unfriendly, and we have still been able to crank out income, right? If you see here from January 2022, good numbers, right? So we were excess of $520, so that went back into our cash bucket. The other $3,000, we basically paid our bills. So how does that end us up for the month? Cash wise, $226,566 plus the market value of SOXL shares that we own and the RYLD shares that we own, which is $60,920. So the total portfolio value is $287,486. This started out at $250,000, but we've pulled out, probably close to, I don't even know what it is. Last year we did 34,000, and this year so far we've done 24,000. So what is that? Almost 60 grand in income. Okay. And it's grown. So good news. So 226,566 in cash. This column here, cash minus secured. So the cash is still in the account, basically. This is how this would work. But the cash that's available to you to spend is only $90,566. So you have $90,000 in cold, hard cash that's available to you, but you have $226,566 in the balance in total in cash. Okay. But because you set aside this $136,000 to secure the contracts for QQQQ and SOXL, the liquid cash that's unencumbered is $90,566. So, great month. This thing just keeps kicking butt, and it's really exciting me. Cause hopefully I'll get to this amount one day, and maybe I'll be able to do this, but, in real life, I do, different types of options, mostly on single stocks. Some of you follow me on my midweek videos where I go over all my trades, but my account's not this big yet, so I don't know if I'll change. We'll see. But I mean, I have 2 years of proof here that this just works. Now, how did QYLD do? Because we have another portfolio of just QYLD, just to see how it works. And QYLD, kind of sadly, 18.1 cent dividend, gave us the same amount as last month, $2,244.40. We were short $355 because on this side I kept it at $2,600. I didn't raise it for inflation. So that leaves us with a cash balance of only $295.89. This will probably be the last month that we'll have a positive cash balance. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I might switch this up, and this is the paper portfolio. I'll probably see if I can recover this and just sell out of QYLD, and I don't know, do some crazy options or something to try to make this back up and try to get our income back up, because this it's just not cutting it. It's just been dropping all year long, and I don't suspect QYLD to recover as long as the NASDAQ is recovering quickly. QYLD won't participate in that. QQQ the NASDAQ needs to trade sideways, slightly up, very slightly up for the QYLD shares to participate in that uprising. Otherwise, it's just going to flounder here as long as NASDAQ is running. So that's all I got for you. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. Also down there is ways you can support the channel. I'd appreciate that. You guys using the Amazon link, I've been noticing. I appreciate it. That doesn't cost you a penny. If you're going to shop on Amazon anyway, you might as well use my link. Help me out. Throw a couple pennies my way. I would appreciate it. Thank you guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye. I am not a financial advisor. The information contained in this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. Please seek a licensed professional for any investment, tax, or legal advice. Thank you.